Well, Miss Griffin, we just want to ask you some questions
Okay.
today about yourself and
Mhm.
your family and places you worked and things of that sort. And
Uh-huh.
why don't we just begin? You were born in Ackworth
Yes,
in
sir.
1924.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you talk about, to begin with, your parents?
Well, my parents, we lived here all our lives just about it. And my parents was, before she married, she was an Austria, like the Austria store. But she married a Henderson. And we, I worked at Coats and Clark's for so many years.
Uh-huh.
And then I worked at a beauty parlor downtown here in Ackworth. It was named Bay McClure.
Uh-huh.
And then I remember being.
Was that your first job there?
No, I've been from place to place, and then after I left those places, I went working day work, and I worked for Mr. Callahan, Frank Callahan.
Uh-huh.
I worked for Mr. T.C. Cantor, he was North Carl,
Uh-huh.
and I worked for Tommy Harrison. They had a store up here in Akron. Who else did I work for? I can't think of so many people. I work for different people. And I babysit for lots of people, some from the McClures, because they like to play bridge, and they had a sister with Ola, and she liked to crochet, but they wouldn't leave her by herself. And I babysit for the McClures. They lived in Akron, and let's see if I worked anywhere else. Y'all help me remember something.
Bobby Jones.
I say Bobby Jones. He was a builder, and I worked for. Just had so many. That's that child, ain't it? Oh. And who else? Oh, I worked for the Mitchells. They up Mitchell Hill in Ackworth. You know what? And they were all of them was one of them was a Girl Scout lady. She retired from that. One of them taught school over in North Carolina or South, but it was Wilson's some kind of school. She taught in college over there. And all of them were some kind of teachers or something, but they were Mitchells up in the Mitchell Hill. And I worked there for a long time. And I told them like to go to the stores now and buy 5 and 10 and 15 pounds of mashed potatoes. She would send me across the fruit stand, and she'd get each one of us a potato. And if it's 4 of us, she'd get 4 iced potatoes. She'd get 2 tomatoes, and she would roast it like that. But when we got ready to eat, you all get the food ready and on the table. We all sit down, and now we stand up first and say the grace, and then we eat. And so who else did I work for? Then I ironed some, I leave Tisha Cantor and go iron some tablecloths for Miss Baldwin, because she had played bridge, and I ironed tablecloths for her. And what else have I worked?
So you worked for a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
families
different
and-
people. So everybody was real nice, and I worked real nice. I said, but if you be nice, people be nice to you.
Well, now, I understand your mother was a really good cook.
Yeah,
And did she teach you how to cook?
yeah, I cooked. See, I cooked at Coast and Clark. That's what I did. Went to work at 11 North 7. Yeah, I cooked down there.
So you were-
We had food like for dinner. Had that night, like we're gonna have green beans and potatoes and roast or something like that. That was our dinner at 11 o'clock. And then at the end of the year, they had a big old barbecue down on the field, and my mama made about Burmese stew, and we had to stand there and help her get to cook all the chicken and everything. So I come from a long ways, but I thank the good Lord I made it.
So you were good at cooking Brunswick stew too, I bet.
Yeah, I had to make Burmese. We cook hens, if you know that chicken. We use beef and chicken. And I work for Miss Esteem Fowler. She done weddings, and I go with her to decorate the churches and stuff like that. She was she worked at Coast and Clark, and she done weddings. And I've been in every church in Akron. Just about it. I went to First Baptist and the Methodist and Presbyterian and everything. I helped her decorate for her weddings.
Okay. And where did you learn how to do decorations for weddings? and stuff?
Yeah, I had put
What-
that.
How did you learn that?
This helped me. She learned me how to decorate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so-
Well, now, you probably went to the Rosenwald School, didn't you, when you were going through school? Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Ackworth, and then when I finished high school, was in Marietta, Lemon Street.
Oh, you finished at Lemon Street High School? So, Well, but you didn't go to the Rosenwald school?
The school right above, huh? The school above my house, and it was Ackworth Elementary.
So you just called it Ackworth
Mm-hmm.
Elementary?
It's school, yeah, it's still there, but then it's a hall or something. But
The one that's moved down on Cherokee Street nowadays? That's where you went? But you didn't remember calling it Rosenwald?
no, I don't remember that.
Really?
And all my kids, it's about them two girls. They graduated from North Carl, and one of my boys graduated from Mary Redden, and one graduated from North Carl.
Okay. Okay. And what did you think about Lemon Street High School?
It was nice. I enjoyed. Mr. Woods was there.
Mr. Woods? Okay. That was one of the first interviews I ever did with Mr. M.J. Woods.
Yeah.
Back, well,
And I'm trying to think of something else.
years and years ago.
Yeah, I
Was
learned to
Was
cook.
Lewis Scott teaching there? When you-
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Mr. Scott, so
Uh-huh.
I sure do. And let's see, did I work anywhere else? I'm trying to think.
How did you get down there to Lemon Street? Did you have a bus to
Yeah,
ride?
And yeah, I love to cook. I like to cook, and I could have company. I like for everybody to come and eat with me and share, with them. And I love to cook.
Okay.
So
Well, let's see, you would have been going to school, I guess, in the late 20s, 30s. How did the Depression affect your family when we had the Great Depression in the 30s? Do you have any memories of that? And World War II?
I forgot. Sometimes I forget, but later on it comes back to me and I remember.
Sure. Sure.
Yes, but rather than that, I think it was real good. Cause like I say that one lady asked my daughter or somebody, say, "Can she?" Cause I'm being old, 98 years old. I said, "Can she talk?" I said, "Well, she asked you, can I talk?" I said, "I talk too much." Yes, I love to talk.
Well, we just interviewed Beverly Patton. How were you related to her?
Beverly is I'm her auntie.
Okay.
I'm auntie.
And her mother was Corey.
Yeah, Carl Griffin.
How were you related to Corey?
But that was Beverly's mama.
Okay. Okay.
But Beverly's dad is who I relate to. By
Oh,
my
I see.
husband.
Sure.
Yeah, by her husband. He was Griffin.
That part of the family. Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you have memories of what it was like in Ackworth when you were growing up?
Well, it's all right. I never did have no problem, because I always treat people like I want to be treated. I don't care what color they was, I treat them like I want to be treated. Because when I worked at Coats and Club, at Christmas time, everybody said, "Well, how come you get?" Everybody would give me presents. I'd have when I leave, I'd have stacks and stacks. How come you have some? I said, I treat people like I want to be treated. I said, if they don't want to be about me, I speak to them and go on, live them up with the good Lord. Put him first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you always been a member at Zion Hill? Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
Talk
I've been a
about the
member for
church.
all my life. It's Zion Hill. I sung in the choir for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah. And I always worked in church.
What? You a soprano or what was? Describe your singing. If you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you have a good choir?
Oh yeah, we had a nice choir, and real nice. And we'd have lots of things and have food, and and kids play with the kids, and they go and play basketball. And we leave and go up in Tennessee to a place called Lake Winnipesaukee. We carry our kids up there at summertime. They go to the and it was real nice. And now it's a Christian place too up there, Lake Winnipesaukee. And then one year we carried them all to. Was it Miami? Yeah, it was Miami. One year we carried our kids to Miami. So I worked all my life. So I'm time for me to retire.
Yeah, probably about time.
Ain't the truth? Yeah.
Any of the pastors at Zion Hill or anything members of the church that you'd like to talk about?
Like he was talking about one of the men I'm talking about, Claude Johnson and Willie Mae, but they belonged to Zion here, and we all been good friends, and we always just, was real friendly, nice church. Anybody come one time, they'd always come back again, because they'd always enjoy it.
Well, now you probably are from an age too where Bethel and Zion Hill did a lot of things together.
Yeah, because Zion Hill was on the second and fourth church. First and third, we went to Bethel. That's where we went to church. Yes, you did. We done lots of things together.
Did you ever go out to eat anywhere? Were there places, good places to eat in Ackworth when you were growing up?
What was the name of that little eating place we used to go to? It was one above town. It was a filling station, but you go there and eat. It was above a unit meal. Unit
meal.
Yeah, but we been everywhere now eating.
Yeah.
Probably eat too much.
Did you ever go to Carver Park? The Carver Park.
Did
Did you ever go there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Then we had a Pioneer Day at Ackworth, and they always have something to eat and play ball and all that. It was real nice.
Where would you go if you needed to buy a dress or something like that?
Oh, we would go to Marietta to Saws.
Did you? Saws
I always go to
Marietta.
Saws. And what would I go to buy my boys' shoes? One Ghosting. What was the other place that sold shoes? God, I remember it was.
Let's see. It was a Johnny Walker.
No, it was.
Let me think.
It was a regular shoe store.
Yeah.
They sold real nice shoes. They'd either get loafers or Converse or something like that. It was down below Saws, that shoe store. It was right down the corner, right in town in Marietta.
Right. Yeah. Good.
One Cargans, I don't think it was. I can remember lots. I don't think it was Cargans.
Okay. So you did your shopping in Marietta? Any places in Ackworth that you'd go to shop?
Yeah, but we had some place now. Miss Eaton was a real nice though. She was up here in town, and that's about the only. We had 5 and 10 Green, and then we had Mr. Green and Allen 5 and 10 and stuff. That's all the stores we had, like Miss Eaton and Allen's and.
Oh, it wasn't Coggins in Marietta,
Yeah,
was it? That was where it was, Coggins.
Yeah, so lots of different places.
Well, how have things changed in Ackworth?
And it's the truth, because I told them a long time ago that was, we had, and then we used to have to go to a show over here by the beach, go at night, in the beach, by the water.
Yeah.
Go show it, where you go to picture show. Outside, show up just about like, inside. And so, go to the
A
picture.
drive-in theater?
Yeah. And over there. And then when working at Coats and Clark, we had a Coats and Clark day, everybody go there after we had the barbecue and everything. So
Did you ever have any desire to go live anywhere other than in Ackworth or Marietta or this area? Did you ever do any travel or?
yeah, we go from up from Chattanooga and all around. We sing and roam and all around about our church with lots of time.
Tell me about your husband. I understand he was involved on what was the Development Authority in Ackworth. Can you talk about him a little bit?
Yeah, he worked there. Worked there for a good while with Miss Helen McLean, and who else was there? What's a lady name? Was
Or I should say the Ackworth Housing Authority.
Yeah.
That's what he was on instead of Development Authority.
Yeah. Yeah, sure did. I was trying to think of the other lady. I know Helen McLean, And Doc Golden, what's that? That's who it was. They named Doc Golden. They worked with housing the problem. Sure have.
Your husband was named William
William.
Griffin Sr. What did he do for a living?
Huh?
Where did he work?
Lockheed.
So, and you know what he was doing at Lockheed? What his job was at Lockheed?
They call it wash rack. That's help clean the planes. Yeah, wash rack.
And how many years was he there?
He would stay there till he retired.
Okay. So a long time. He was there. And can you talk about him just a little bit?
Well, he was a member of Zion Hill. He was a deacon of the church, and we'd go on vacations. At time to go on vacation, we'd go to Cincinnati, or Detroit, or something like that. And she'd always go places.
You want to talk about your children a little bit?
Yeah, well, that's them two girls right there, them two daughters right there. And my son, youngest son, he passed. He worked at Southern Poly in Mayweather.
Did he?
And he got sick, and they carried him to the hospital. I guess he died before he come home, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he died. He got sick at work. I think they say his appendix busted. And the mother's son worked at Lockheed.
So you have 4 children?
2 girls and 2 boys.
Well, anything else that you'd like to tell us?
I think that's about got it all.
Okay.
Yes, I enjoyed it though. I enjoy my kids. They always been real nice to me. I can say that. I never had no trouble out of my kids, none of them. Because when they go somewhere, they'll tell me where they're going, and if they weren't coming back, they'd let me know they weren't coming back. So I always enjoy my kids.
That's good.
My granddaughter was living with me, and after my husband passed, and she got married, and when she got married, that was her mama. One was her mama, and her mama had her own place there in Marietta, Kennesaw, and so she moved to her mama's house, and so my daughter comes to live with me. But I like me to come live with me. So I'm not by myself.
Yeah. How many grandchildren do you have?
Is it 9? Is it 9? I think I got 9.
Okay.
It is 9.
Okay. Well, I'm about out of questions.
Yeah, me.
Anything else that,
I've enjoyed it.
anything else you'd like to say?
No, I don't guess so. I just enjoy talking to you and appreciate everything. And I said, that's, I enjoy talking.
Talk about what?
You asked us something about our church. You didn't say nothing about Reverend Johnson. Didn't you ask something about the pastor?
Yeah. Reverend Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah, Reverend Johnson.
Want to talk about him?
Well, he's real nice, and he treats everybody alike. And if somebody's sick, he don't care where it's at. And Cincinnati or whatever, he tries to go and see about him. So why are you going on this vacation?
St. Thomas.
Huh?
St. Thomas.
You know Sheila?
St. Thomas.
I can hear what you say.
St. Thomas?
They're on the vacation this time. It's real nice. And we had Bible study on Wednesday. We go at 12 at night at 1, and then have it on Wednesday night, and then we had choir rehearsal and everything. So we was real busy at the church, and everybody really liked him because he was a likable person. Him and his wife both. They just only had 1 daughter. So I guess that's my guy Zion here.
I really appreciate you coming.
Well, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I told him I really didn't feel like coming. I said, but I go outside. If anybody think that much of me, I just try to go, let people know I'm not really, I can't go at all. I go as long as I can. But I hadn't got up, moved around. I lost the daydream. I'm so stiff, so I have to move around.
It looks like you're doing fantastic to me.
Thank you.